This is Kanariya Mahadev. I'll get back to you. Get back to this in a little while. This is Sun Temple Modhera. This is all North Indian style. Sub-styles of North Indian style. Look at this. Take a moment, just have a look at it. Which temple is this, guys? Batao? Brihadeshwara temple. Look at the area. I'll show you another picture. पढ़ा था हमने? Just look at this also. Show temple rock cut architecture. कब? पल्लवास के टाइम पे. पल्लवास is which century? Just go back to your notes, please. Guys, ये टेस्ट में बहुत काम देगा. Please go through it again. पल्लवास. ठीक है. Then we have Brihadeshwara temple, the same temple from different style. Look at the area. Look at the mandapa. Mandapa matlab? Mandap. Look at the area, because the area is used for educational purposes, for dancing or cultural purposes. To occupy the territory. Okay, so getting back to the Nagara style again. And there are different sub-styles. Kanariya Mahadev किसने बनाया था? Where is capital? Khajuraho is the capital of whom? Chandelas. Very good, very good. Look at this Kanariya Mahadev temple. Mahadev means whose? Shiv. Very good. Which century were these made? Who was ruling in South India? कल क्या पढ़ाया था? Cholas. Very good. ठीक है? In North India? Okay, okay. So please write about the basic features. You write 2 or 3 words only. बाकी तुम्हारे पास सब कुछ है. Basic features, just write basic features of these temples. Just write Sanctum Sanctorum or Garbhagriha. It was a small cubicle with single entrance. And Garbhagriha was made of deity was placed. बस 2 और 3 इनको लिखो पहले. Guys, you understand now what I'm trying to tell you? Then you can write this also. This one only. And please don't forget that it's a typical structure of North Indian mountains. One more important point is also, I want to put your attention here. I want your attention for this also. Mithunas. Many Hindu temples features mithunas, embracing couples, sculptures considered as auspicious. Mithunas are similar to yakshas. Please remember, yaksha, yakshis. Very good, very good. Sahi hai. Similar to that, not that, similar to that. So mithunas played a very important role who are there in the entrances. ये इसको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, तुम्हें उससे लिख लोगे. I'll send it to you, but the point is, the notes will not be like you will study with the PDF. नहीं मिला क्या? अच्छा, ठीक. Let me know if I have to scroll it. जब लिख लो ना, just let me know. I'll scroll it. No problem. No. You see, every question is every doubt is a doubt. I take it as a doubt. The point, no matter how small it is, we had since Chandragupta name comes thrice. Chandragupta Maurya of Mauryan dynasty, who is the founder and is associated with Chanakya, and who is dethroning Nanda, Mahapadmananda. That's part one. Let's come to Chandragupta 1. Chandragupta 1 is of Gupta dynasty, and Chandragupta 2 or Chandragupta Vikramaditya title is related to whom? Because he is a Vaishya king. He is a Vaishya. He wants legitimacy. Where will he get the legitimacy? If he becomes equal to God. That's he says Vikramaditya, and also starts Vikram Samvat. What does that mean? That means he is near to God. Near to God is also Ashoka, who writes Devanam Piyadasi. Don't worry, we'll do that. No problem. That is not a problem. Again, there's another problem. Abhi ek aur problem aayegi. Who is the contemporary traveler of whom? तो नहीं, वो तो मैं एक लाइन में पेज में लिखवा दूंगा ना. Just go. Yes. I hope these 10 classes, 9 classes changed your perception towards history. To what extent did you understand? Did you understand it the way you understood? Now that's the whole point I'm trying to make. Now you go through your books, standard textbooks, you will understand everything. You will understand the logic behind everything. Okay, because it's easy to remember now. How? Because you understand the story before, you understand the story after. Achha, somebody is telling something about Solankis, contemporary of Solankis. So मैं इतना ही लिखना है, एक मैप देखना है, अपना मैप देखना है. अच्छा, हो गया ना? You just somebody saying Chandelas, say Chandelas तो उसने चौहान के साथ पढ़ा था, मतलब कंटेम्पररी, मतलब 11th सेंचुरी. मतलब जैन टेम्पल तो कम हो सकते हैं, मतलब हिंदू टेम्पल होगा. हिंदू भी किसमें होगा? शिव हो सकता है. You getting my point? साउथ में क्या था यार? साउथ में तो यादवास नहीं थे. यादवास तो मिड में थे. साउथ में तो चोलास होगा. You getting my point? अच्छा, गुप्तास के टाइम पे एस्ट्रोलॉजर था कि मैथमेटिशियन था? अच्छा, he was a mathematician as well as an astrologer. He can be. अच्छा, he is writing Ritu Samhara. Why is he writing it? Or he is writing about the court politics of Shungas. So, there has to be a link between the coins to the books to the person. When I'm sipping this chai, I'm understanding the texture of it. I'm sipping in the sugar of it, the color of it. I'm connecting to the cup. I will remember this chai. It's a good chai or a bad chai. Similarly, mindfulness about this topic is about connecting the dots. Who comes after Guptas? Post Guptas is? They are contemporaries. And what happens after Guptas? Who is the ruler? Who comes after Guptas? Very good. Pushubhutis, Mokharis of Kannauj. If this pops up in your answer question, will you be able to justify? If they ask about the architecture of Guptas or the writings of Guptas, will you be able to write? That's the point I'm trying to make. Or for that matter, after yes, very good. Mokharin Pushubhutis is also understanding. So it's all about connecting the last one to the next one. What led to Mauryas coming to the power? Chandragupta Maurya. Yeah, please. Yes, there are a lot of stories, but getting back to the facts of the matter, the point I'm trying to make is Kalidasa is a contemporary of, very good. Varamihira is a contemporary of, very good. Milender is a contemporary of, Milender, post-Mauryan. What do you call it? Arthashastra was written during the time period of Chandragupta. That's the difference I'm trying to make. You're getting my point? Linking. Okay, Vedic literature, post-Vedic literature related to Buddhist literature because they two are different. In the 8th century AD, same Buddhist starts copying Hinduism, Tantric Buddhism. Okay, so these are Chandragupta. Yes. Okay, that's why we put art and architecture in the last because that's how. अगर मैं पहले पढ़ा दिया तो समझ में नहीं आता. Here's a simple difference. Just write this. After that, unlike in South India, does not have elaborate boundary walls. This should be a feature. UPSC can ask the question. Put that, add one. UPSC can also ask question. Garbhagriha is always located directly under tallest tower. तुम लोग कहोगे कि नहीं तो इसको लिख लो कि this is. UPSC can pick things from anywhere, ना? And there is a subdivision of Nagara temples depending on shape of the शिखर. मैं इसको explain करता हूँ. This is not important. Okay. Till here, huh? Shape of Shikhara. Please write subtypes of Nagara. Subtypes of Nagara. This is the central India. And as far as central India is concerned, I am taking into consideration Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, as well as Rajasthan, which is using which? Guys, this is very important. Which stone are they using? Okay, so put this at 1. And this is also important. What is the time period? I hope there's no problem as far as chronology is concerned. 5th century, 6th century onwards. Okay, crowning elements are Amlak and Kalash. This, please put this at the 3rd point. This is not that important. Please put 4th point as this. And just write Devgarh, Uttar Pradesh as your 5th point. Please make sure you paraphrase these. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. देखो भाई, Nagara general style is a style. Then we have sub styles. पहले इसको लिख लो, फिर I'll explain it to you. ये 5 पॉइंट लिखो पहले. Just write only Panchayatan style here. What is this Panchayatan style? I'll show you. दिखाता हूँ. I'll show it to you. Huh? अब मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. देवगढ़ का टेम्पल दिखाऊंगा, खंडेरिया महादेव का दिखाऊंगा. ऑल सबके शिखर 5 थे. 5 छोटे छोटे वो थे ना, टार्स. That's why it's called, yes, minarets, you can call it, if because that's why it's called Panchayatan. 1 2 3 4 ठीक है. पंचायतन, पंचशिखरा, it's called. That's what we are. ठीक है. लक्ष्मण टेम्पल built during Chandela's time. You're getting my point. ठीक है. उदयगिरी and देवगढ़. Please again go back to your Google after this. Just ठीक है. This is पंचायतन से लिख लिया. चलो ये तो हो गया. UPSC has asked a question about 64 योगिनी. हाँ. So please write this also. Pretending the 10th century is a temple of small square shrines. I'll show it to you after this. ये तो तुमको पता है. erotic sculptures है, इसको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. Don't write this. Just read this. Lakshmana temple of Khajuraho is dedicated to Vishnu. This is very important. Built during this time period. Please write this. First this one, then this one. Guys, here we are focusing on the central Indian Nagara architecture. After this, we'll be focusing on the western as well as the eastern styles of Nagara architecture. Nagara तो North India हो गया, सबसेक्शन पार्ट हो गया. इसका सबसेक्शन क्या है? ईस्टर्न नगरा, वेस्टर्न नगरा. वेस्टर्न नगरा वल्लभी. वल्लभी कहाँ पर है गाइस? वेरी गुड. ठीक हो गया. तो प्लीज जॉट दिस डाउन. ठीक है. I'll show you the picture. लिख लिया तुम लोगों ने कि लिखना है? अच्छा. This one and this one. What is it made up of? Granite blocks. And this is related to tantric worship of 7th century. Mind you, tantric worship से हम क्या समझते हैं? ठीक है. और हिंदुइज्म में तंत्र किसको कहते हैं? तंत्र मंत्र. दुर्गा को भी काली. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. तो वहां ऐसा होगा कि 64 योगिनी में दुर्गा की भी प्रतिमा हो. Please understand, it's a woman's hand. I'll show it to you. Okay, done. Sorry, I forgot to put that picture. Yes. Okay, we were talking about some of the Rajputs also moved to Mount Abu. The Western Rajputs, there they used white sandstone because white sandstone is very much popular there. In which century? 10th 12th century. अभी हमने इसी के बारे में पढ़ा था. And who were ruling there? Who Rajput? Which Rajput? Solankis. Very good, very good. कंडेरिया महादेव तो हमने कर लिया है. Okay. Now, as far as Western Madhya Pradesh is concerned, or this thing, Rajasthan area is concerned, they were using white sandstone, and the time period is this. And apart from this thing, they were also patronizing whom? Jainas. I was saying, no, they were making, you see, Hindu temples also, but at the same time they are making Jain temples. And please keep this in mind. This time they are making very less number of Buddhists. Buddhism is, like I was talking to you, know. So from this time onwards, and after you see, Mughals or Muslims come to India, हमको तो हिंदू टेम्पल्स के भी वादे हो जाते हैं, तो जैन तो छोड़ दो. ठीक है, चलो प्लीज राइट दिस डाउन, दिस पॉइंट. देखो, if they are asking about the Rajasthan area, then the common thing is white sandstone because it's easily available. If they are asking about Agra, then there is red sandstone, which we'll be studying about when we will be taking care of the Mughal architecture. But from now onwards, please focus on, yes. This one. Modhera temple, Honorable Prime Minister was also going there. Modhera is in Gujarat. Okay? And dates back to 1026. It's a Hindu temple made during Solanki dynasty. Solanki dynasty is also a Rajput clan. Okay? इसको लिख लो यार. There was another question in UPSC asking, I will not give you a hint, but they were talking about step tank, which was a kund kind of a thing, which shows water conservation. Okay. This is very important, guys. Done? You see in 11th century a finest example of water conservation, which you can see in Modhera. And this is the temple. What is the stone used? Okay. And water conservation along with is it similar to some other civilization which is also using water conservation? Very good. You're getting my point? मतलब इसमें लिखा क्या है? नहीं, टाइम ओवर टाइम हो जाता है ना यार. वो तो एक्चुअल में अगर आप पास में जाके देखोगे ना, वो ऐसा वो चमक रेड करके रहा है, वो एक्चुअल में व्हाइट हो सकता है. ऐसा होता है कई बार. इसको देख सकते हो आप प्लीज. Now, guys, in in eastern India, I happened to go to Kamakhya last year. Kamakhya is in Assam, and it shows Kamaksha. Okay, so the temple architecture is typically Nagara style, but look at the variation, modifications. Again, Panchayatan style is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. है ना? Almost. एक ज़्यादा बना दिया क्या? But the point is, when I was sick, because there you have stands and then you can walk in from here. There is a queue from where they have taken the picture. So the typical shrine is not the characteristic of North Indian Nagara style. But look at this. Why they have made this? कोई बता सकता है? What is the weather of Assam? In rainy season, they wanted to make it so that the water gets out. That's why they have made it. So they are regional modifications that you can see in Nagara style of architecture. Mind you, when Britishers came to India, they followed the same Western pattern. And there's a famous building in India called Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal. Please have a look at your phones. उसकी खिड़कियां देखो कैसी है. Or Victoria Memorial of Bengal, of Kolkata. A shelter also, Pooja, but the point is, since this area is water, there is a lot of rainfall in this area. That's why they wanted to not keep it like this. They wanted to keep it like this so that the water sheets where the rainfalls come, which is very much prevalent. So yeah, they could have made it easily in other ways. Look at this area also. So the as far as those windows are concerned, it's a typical Roman style. ये जो बना रखा है ना इन्होंने, so it's a Roman style, but the windows are bigger. Why windows are bigger? अगर आप ये, this is the typical Buckingham Palace की windows छोटी है because it's a cold area, and here it's a tropical country. We need more air, more ventilation. So the architecture style is similar, but the point is there are certain modifications what they are doing as per the weather and climate of this particular region. You're getting my point? Please look at it very carefully. That's what I'm trying to say. Ventilation, yes, Pooja. Similarly, the Jalis in Jaipur or in Jalis of, आप लोग गए हो कुतुब वहाँ? हवा महल तो है ही. What do you call it? Of Taj Mahal. You have been to Taj Mahal? अकेले गए? अरे, you can go with boys. आजकल तो boys भी चलता है. No, I'm not saying you are like that, but the point is, दोस्तों के साथ तो जा ही सकते हो. I went to Taj Mahal with a college group. So I was सबसे पीछे बैठा हुआ था. So I was an average student. So there was a professor, Srivastava sir. He has worked extensively on Mughals. So अब क्या हुआ? तो he was sitting in the front bench. हम पीछे बैठा हुआ था. तो मैं ऐसे बैठा हुआ था. So I was standing like, you grew ना college में. So first year में तो कोई लड़की अपने को भाव देती नहीं थी. मैं बैठा हुआ था. He's staring at me and I was like, why is he staring at me? मैं तो सुधरा तो हूँ नहीं. मैं इतना सुंदर हूँ तो मैं क्या करूँ? ऐसा भी नहीं कह सकता. What is happening? वो दोबारा देखे मुझे, दोबारा देखे, घूरे. And I was a good student. I used to come to class every day. देखा एक लड़की यहाँ पढ़ी है, सोई है, एक यहाँ सोई है. My friends, very close friends of mine. कॉलेज में होता है दोस्त यार, दोस्ती में क्या है? As you guys are friends, so then I realized for the very first time that every dog has a day. हर किसी के दिन. The point is, you see, what I understood from girls was, you understand girls now. मैंने इतना समय बिताया, इतनी दोस्तें हैं मेरी, मतलब कॉलेज में तो बीए में तो हम लोग पढ़ाई तो करते नहीं बीए वाले. तो मेरे को लगा कि they just friends, they just leaning. सो गई. 2 घंटे का सफर है दिल्ली से. I remember that was April 21-22 को हम लोग गए थे. But bus we were started. बस तो मतलब the point is, you see, the connections with you have with your friends, especially girls, guys. वहाँ पर हमारे यहाँ ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. 10 साल अभी तो ओपन हो गया काफी मॉल. But in our colleges there was no. इतनी लड़कियां हैं कॉलेजों में, हमारे कॉलेज में. Prettiest XYZ जो भी बोलो तुम, कि लड़के कम है कैंपस में. Because 95-96 तो लड़कियों के आते, लड़कियों के आते, लड़कों के तो आते नहीं. So in our class, I think they were like more girls than guys. Class में. So but वही है. तो मैं like, क्यों घूर क्यों रहा है यार ये अंकल? अच्छा, हाँ ठीक. कॉलेज के दिन है भाई. That was our group, like 2 guys, 3 girls, 3 guys, 2 girls. Yeah. जवानी में यार दोस्ती बनाने के लिए पर्सनैलिटी थोड़ी चाहिए होती. गर्लफ्रेंड बनाने के चाहिए राकेश. तुम नहीं समझोगे राहुल. दोस्ती में ऐसा कुछ बैरियर नहीं है ना. An ugly guy can have a very good friend who is a girl. not a girlfriend, but a friend who's a girl. ठीक है, चलो. And love is blind also, है? ध्यान दे रहा है भाई. Oh, guys, first thing which is very important, you see, this is very important. Since this is 17th century, अब ये मत करना कि 12वीं सेंचुरी में, because the North Indian style traveled to the East India. भाई उस टाइम पे ऐसा तो नहीं था कि आज WhatsApp में भेजा और दूसरे ने भी वैसे कपड़े पहन लिए. It might have taken some years, centuries. It took 500 years. Why? Why was Kamakhya, which is a female deity, went all the way to Assam after 500 years? शक्तिपीठ में, ठीक है. You see, Hinduism, as I said, re-emerged, reinvented. So, you see, in Palas, तब थे Palas, then they had Senas, 10th to 12th century, which is in Bengal. So it decimated from there. वहां से they spread. Yeah, they had certain changes. You're getting my point? This is important. That will make you understand कि और अहोम स्टाइल को मिक्स कर दिया उन्होंने. Ahom is a tribe. They don't call it Assam, they call it Ahom. Assamese में they call it Ahomia. Ahomia means Assamese. So there are certain modifications. भाई हमने वो हॉलीवुड की पिक्चरें कॉपी कर करके अपनी मूवीज बना लेते हैं, सेम वे. ठीक है, प्लीज राइट दीस थिंग्स. Regional style, and UPSC is moving towards distinctive northeast styles. Northeast, South India, they are asking also. इसको फिनिश करना है फिर. अच्छा हाँ, they have written Palas also, yeah. And Senas also. Yeah, cultural होगा ना, cultural travel. These are facts, but prelims के लिए जरूरी है. काफी दिनों से there is no question on architecture, but for mains is very important. ठीक है. This time also they asked about mains. They asked about 2 questions. 5 और 10 marks का एक question आया था, 2 question आए थे architecture का. Please write the important things, huh? Don't write the so that you have the PDF with you in any case. But we don't read PDF actually. What happens is ना, आपके पास जो notes हैं वही काम आते हैं exam से पहले. ठीक है? Shall I move? So guys, Odisha style में you just remember Jagannath temple and Sun temple of Konark. The point I'm trying to make is what is the time period? Okay, the time period is very important. So here we have Modhera Sun temple is different. ये different है. Please don't get confused. Huh? This will happen when we'll go through it again and again. Modhera is important because Modi ji went there. ठीक है ना? मैंने वही कहा. If you attach pictures with those things, no, that will be easier. And look at the things they have made. Very distinctive. वहां पर तो नहीं है ऐसा. Just write only Konark, Bay of Bengal, time period 1240s. जगन्नाथ टेम्पल ऑफ पुरी, ठीक है, इसको भी लिख लो बस, ठीक है, only Jagannath temple. There are distinctive styles of like our places also, but you see, now let's move on to the Dravida style. Dravida style लिख लो थोड़ा सा. Compound walls, it's enclosed. They have gopurams. Gopurams is what? The gateways, entrance. We find large water reservoirs. Okay, and the examples. Please write examples also. Kanchipuram is the capital of Kanchi, and Tanjore is the capital of Cholas. ठीक है ना? कांचीपुरम की साड़ीज में ऐसे. When we talk about a cultural center, धीरे धीरे it when Mughals declined, then the craftsmen also declined. Why? Pallavas, Pooja says. Yes. You see, yeah. The point is, there are two things. When Mughals declined, Mughals used to wear those crowns, those shawls, those embroideries, those saris, those scarves, and those were made by specific people who had this, whose forefathers used to make food, stitch clothes. अब भाई मोहल्ले की आंटियां जो ब्लाउज सिलती हैं, अगर लड़कियां ब्लाउज नहीं पहनेंगी या घाघरे नहीं पहनेंगी या क्या बोलते हैं उसको, लड़कियां क्या पहनती हैं, लहंगे घाघरे जो भी है, तो आंटी तो गई. अगर लड़कियों की हजामत की दुकान को क्या बोलते हैं? यस, वेरी गुड. इस तुम्हारे वहां इट्स कॉल्ड हजामत की दुकान. गुसल खाना इज फॉर, तुम लोग को पता ही नहीं गुसल खाना. व्हाट इज गुसल खाना? बाथरूम. इट्स इन ऑल पर्शियन उर्दू वर्ड्स. चलो यार, तुम लोग को यार क्या गुंडा बनेगा रे तू. All these terms are Persian terms. We are just coming to that. You see, when the Muslim people came to India, or Turks came to India, they wanted Indian support also. So there was no post as such. So they kept Patwaris and Chaudhries who were Hindus, because Muslims were few. भाई 20 लोग हैं, उनको 100 लोगों पे कब्जा करना है, तो 100 लोगों में से भी 3 या 4 को they'll make friends with them. ये मिडिवल करेंगे भाई हम लोग. अभी तो मिडिवल में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. So that's why UPSC is asking Jagirdars, Zamindars. They can ask Patwaris, they can ask Chaudhries, and there are so many like Vakya Namis. So the list goes on and on. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's continuity and change. Culture is changing. Culture is disseminating. Clothes are in demand, not in demand. अभी तुम लोग कह रहे हो velvet दोबारा चालू हो गया. Velvet was people wore velvet in 1980s. Those baggy jeans which girls wear were in 1980s. खुले खुले कपड़े पहने नहीं पहनता अमिताभ बच्चन. अभी दोबारा आ गया वो सीजन. So everything is changing. You have written the examples, right? The guys, examples are very important, ठीक है? And the time period. And look at the time period. 8th century, where we have starting of Cholas. And 12th century, where we see Hoysalas. And then we had from 14th century. You've written it? You see, मैंने आपको उस टाइम भी कहा था जब मैंने पल्लवा पढ़ाया था, that the rock cut architecture starts from Pallavas, Mamalapuram. I specifically told you, ठीक है? It was rock cut architecture. Then they were mostly Shaivites, but Vaishnavites was also there. And these people, इसको लिख लो भाई. ठीक है, मैं I'll scroll it. चलो ऐसे लिख लो, फिर I'll scroll it further. You see, the Pallavas, just write Pallavas. Early buildings are generally attributed to Mahendravarman, was a contemporary of Chalukya and Pulakeshin II of Karnataka. They had a fight, I was telling you. And Narasimhavarman is known for Mamlapuram or rock cut architecture. And Shore Temple at Mahabalipuram was built later by Narasimhavarman. इसको मैं ऊपर कर दूंगा, just write this much. You were here. Shore Temple at Mahabalipuram during the Narasimhavarman II, and this is the time period. Just write itna hi bas. Water tank is important. Early gopurams are important. Then I showed you the picture of the bull Nandi. So what is distinct feature? यहाँ पर क्या देखने को मिलता है जो वहां नहीं मिला? Gopurams and water tanks also. No, by large सब जगह पे यहाँ पर तो वाटर टैंक है ना, वहां पर एक ही जगह है. Done? Then guys, then we have Shiva temple of Tanjore. Then we have Brihadeshwara temple. Cholas. Guys, now we are coming to the Vesara style, which is a mix of both North Indian as well as the South Indian, and which is basically mostly found in Karnataka, where at Ellora, at Kailashnath temple at Ellora. I'll show you. Please write this after that. Done? Guys, please have a look at this first, then we'll move forward. This is rock cut. First, second thing, it is of multiple religions. Hindu भी है, शैव भी है और जैन भी है और क्या है? Buddhist भी. This is the feature of elaborate feature of Dravida, and this is the feature of Nagara. This is the feature of South India, and this is the feature of North India. See the shikhara similar. Another. Yeah. Look at the tank system. Look at the area. Temple of Badami, Hoysalas. Okay. And this time period we have not studied in political thing, but we'll read Vijayanagara and Hoysala similar like because they are like 14th century. Then we'll be doing Tughlaq. Okay. After in the next classes onwards, we'll be doing Gajnis and all, how they came and what was the politics involved. We'll be dealing with the terms I just talked about. We'll be talking about the politics there, and we have till now we have understood that what is the scenario which is going on. There's an internal faction fighting. There's instability. Regional kingdoms are popping up. There's no pan-India Raj, pan-India rule. On top of that, Gajni is on the doorstep, and he has defeated whom? In which year? And 1206, we have establishment of factors of establishment. Weak powers. Military instability. And how? You see, from east west, the Muslims invaders are also invading in Constantinople. What is Constantinople? मतलब धर्म युद्ध चल रहा है. There is a battle of religion. Muslims against Christians, Muslims against Hindus. So these Muslims are also going to Greece, Rome in 11th century, and also moving towards Hindustan. You getting my point? And also moving to Africa. That's why so many African nations, including Egypt, Ethiopia, and in that Iberian Peninsula, are Muslim states. क्योंकि ये लोग इधर भी गए, अफ्रीका में गए, सोमालिया में, सो मुस्लिम कहां से आए भाई? It's all historical. Which are the Muslim nations of the world? Please name them. Iran, Iraq, Persia, historically very important. And the neighboring Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Gulf countries, has to be very specific. So historically, this areas has been seated with Mesopotamian civilization. Then Muslims, like as we say, Paigambar Muhammad was born in 5th century onwards, and then all things happen. so you're getting my point. What I'm trying to make. Okay. Then we have, please, Ismena. Please write these temples. Deccan architecture. Example is just write time periods of Vesara architecture. This time period, and what are the areas? Ellora, Kailashma temple. Examples, and they are influenced by both north and south. But this is also good. Please make it shorter. The time period is important. The example is important. Jain भी. All the religions are there. लेकिन अजंता में सिर्फ लाफिंग बुद्धा ही है. किसने बनाया है? जो किसके कंटेम्पररी है? ठीक है. Also right, we have written this temple also, but you might have forgot. This temple is very important. You have written in your notes also, but just to इन दोनों को लिखो बस 1 and 2. क्योंकि विजयनगर, when we'll be dealing with Vijayanagar, then I'll be writing all those things, so you don't have to write about this. These two are important. हो गया? वो मैं लिखवाऊंगा, डोंट वरी. ठीक है, वो मैं लिखवाऊंगा. हो गया? ठीक है. This is largely about this thing, and as far as Buddhist architecture is concerned, this is independent of all these things. ठीक है. Buddhist architecture development starts from Ashoka and reaches up till Nalanda University. ये हमने लिख लिया है, so you don't have to write about it. Yes, and after it starts at 6th century BC and 8th century AD तक. From 8th century onwards, it declines, and we see after the Rajputs give more preference to. How do we know about it? Temples बने हैं तो इसका मतलब भाई हिंदू ही होते होंगे, करते होंगे. ठीक है. Literally reference, and then we see Sena rulers or Palas sent their missionaries to where? Tibet. Very good. Who was he? Dipankara and शंकरदेव, शंतरक्षिता. ठीक है. वो फिर हम देख लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. 12th century. So this is what I was focusing at. This is what I was talking about as far as art and culture is concerned. Now what is left is paintings, architecture, books we'll be doing again, all the books. दोबारा करेंगे, वो जो रिवीजन में करेंगे ना भाई. 3 hours we'll give it to everything. Harisena was under Samudragupta, and he's also a ruler also of Samudragupta. So from here, guys, we'll be moving to the medieval part. What we did was 8th century till 12th century, we call it early medieval. Okay, there are certain sections we'll be dealing with. Yes, yes, yes. तो वो 8th century में तो आए थे फिर, कब थे? हाँ, yes, yes. After Guptas, yes.
Before starting ancient, just before the last minute, medieval में
नहीं वो मैं करवा दूंगा, don't worry. I'm just giving the back story now. हाँ. लिखवा दिया है guys. The extent of our topics. Guys, first, what we'll do in, I'll just quickly give you a background, then आपको मैं rest दूंगा. We'll start with the chronology of Delhi Sultanate, then 𝐃𝐨𝐰𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝 and Lodhis and stuff. That I'll do in the very first class. Then I'll be talking about the chronology. I'll explain it to you. I gave you the theory that how the internal factional fighting in the Middle East led to these people coming to India. I've also talked about the brief background about the fight between Ghajni and Prithviraj Chauhan. He was defeated in 1191. Then they ruled over India through their slaves. Just to give you a brief background, these slaves were like recruits. 10 साल के बच्चों को they used to train slaves. They used to train education, sword fights, diplomacy. And the example is Iltutmish was a slave. Balban was a slave. When I'm talking about slave dynasty, which was started, Delhi Sultanate started 1206. So these people are the people who are descendants of those kings. So they are trained. But as far as UPSC is concerned, UPSC is not asking the chronology. It is for your understanding. UPSC is asking the chronology of early medieval and medieval period. 10th century, 12th century, 13th century को पूछ रहे हैं. And I hope you have made enough diagrams and I have given you enough material. As far as this time period is concerned, we will not quickly move on to this, but we'll be very selective. Okay? We'll be starting off with chronology, which is the main problem with people. Then I'll be moving to the important things, like the themes of Bhakti Sufi. 12th, 13th century. इसी में आते हैं. Music we'll be talking about. Architecture, of course, we'll be doing. And the main rulers like Mughals, and we'll be very selective. Akbar, we'll be doing 𝐃𝐨𝐼𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝. We'll be doing some terms I just made you write. And on top of that, we'll be doing chronology. In the next class, I'll move from here. First, chronology. Again, I'll make you write the questions. These questions. इसी तरह के क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं. चौधरी कौन है? मुफ्तीज कौन थे? तो जागीरदार कौन है? अमील कौन है? अमील गुजार किसे कहते हैं? फिरदौसी कौन है? पेंटिंग्स कौन सी है? बनी थरी पेंटिंग कहां पर है? बुंदी पेंटिंग कहां पर है? किशनगढ़ कहां पर है? जहांगीर को पोर्ट्रेट पसंद था कि नहीं था? ठीक है. I'll give you a brief chronology of Delhi Sultanate till Mughals in half an hour. Then we'll be moving forward to some topics. We'll be dealing with specific kings, not all of them. Okay? Because there are thousands of kings. You might have seen those things. Okay? With this, I'll end. Okay?
Introducing the Prelims Target course and Prelims Test Series at ProdEgyIAS. Designed for UPSC Prelims 2026, this comprehensive program offers in-depth classes on history, geography, science and tech, environment, polity and governance, and economy. Stay updated with current affairs and sharpen your skills with our Prelims Test Series consisting of 50 full-length tests covering all subjects along with CSAT. Join ProdEgyIAS and stay ahead.